Hey everybody, what up
What
though?
up, though?
Thank you all for tuning into Clink with
2024.
Clink with
Cam.
and Kay.
And you know I'm sipping because we sipping and chatting.
Yeah, this is a sip and chat edition.
Mm.
So this is a cranberry mimosa.
Yes.
So thank you for tuning in, and this is your very first time. We are two sister friends who just in love with the arts, with everything creative,
Life.
Life. We are filmmakers, we are podcasters, we are creatives. It's all around.
And
So.
we are every woman. And this is all.
Ah,
Every woman. It's all in me. Girl, we still got this 2024.
All right, y'all. So we do that from time to time. We bust out a singing because we are singers too. Okay. So again, thank you for stopping by. And those,
Welcome,
this is your second time, third time, fourth time. Hey, welcome back, y'all.
Hey.
So we are just a podcast. We talk about life. We talk about just some of everything, that
Life, love, finances, mental health.
yes, all
wealth,
of that. We are
life stuff.
women, over 40, honey. So we got y'all with the topics and all of that. Okay.
Yeah, we got some wisdom to go with it, honey. Give me a clink to that girl, little wisdom. Woo, honey, because we wouldn't want to go back. Unless we could take what we know with us.
Yeah. See, and people are like, oh, I don't regret anything. I do. Hell, I do. I want to go back and do some stuff.
Everybody has mistakes and regrets, but if we didn't make the mistakes that we made, we wouldn't be the people we are now.
I would want to see it for myself.
No, I think I've watched too many of those sci-fi movies where they try to go back and fix stuff and they mess up everybody else's lives as well as their own. Right. So I just
yeah. So go ahead and hit that like, that comment, and subscribe, y'all. Because when you just like this, if you'll do nothing else, like this YouTube video because it helps us get into the algorithm of everybody else that does shows like this, and then show up in other people's feeds, and they're like, "Oh, who are these girls?"
Yeah, our kindred spirits.
Yeah, because our on Tuesdays we do our review shows, and we're reviewing because it's back on air. All the Queen's Men. And I found out that it's going to be 16 episodes. So I watched 12 yesterday. So we're doing that. That's doing great. People over there liking that.
That's
people watching that. So go ahead and watch that too.
Watch all the Queen's Men. There's some nice looking men's and we're not into women, but it's men on there. But it's nice looking women too. It's something a little eye candy for everybody.
Yeah.
And the acting's okay.
It's
pretty good. I love the fact that it's evolved. We watched it grow, but go watch all the Queen's Men and get back with
our recap. Yeah. So, how we normally start off our sipping chats is that we ask each other questions so you guys can get to know us a little bit more.
Because see, Kay, she has these cute little connection cards that are not connection cards, but they are connection cards. So she reads some of that and we answer the questions.
Yeah. So that's appropriate. So let's see what's going on. Oh, I like this.
Okay, let's try it.
This for the men out there who want to know. It says, how do you like to be cared for when you're sick?
I like to be babied. I think being a woman is something very sexy but non-sexual about when a man steps up to take care of you when you're not feeling well with the care and concern. It's nice to see, ladies, if you're in a relationship, how a man will react when you are sick. And that is a good thing to happen before you are really serious with him, because if he won't take care of you when you're sick, then he's not the one.
If he just look at you like, get over it, oh, child.
Girl, be like, you snap, man. What do you think?
So, since one of my top two love languages are quality time, first one being physical touch, I just I like to just spend some time with me. I just give me the do the things that I would do too.
Give me my tissue, give me some soup.
Tissue, heat up my soup. make my tea. Because this is all the things that I would do. You could do that for me and just like, be in the same room with me, whatever. Or it depends on what type of sick. If it's like, if I'm having like an allergy flare up.
Well, if I'm contagious, you can wear a mask nowadays.
Right,
If the
hello,
mask can
it's
keep
no
out corona,
excuse. No
then
excuse.
it can keep out a cold.
Right. So like if I have like an allergy flare because it's not contagious, cut up with me on the couch, watch some movies. You know what I mean? So
be kind.
Be kind.
And don't be acting like ill.
Yeah. Because when my man is sick, I go all out. So because some men don't
some men don't want to be like taken care of. Yeah. They be like, I got it, I'm fine. Right. Some men they'll be trying to leave.
They want all of it. They're like, come on, have a little bell. I'm like,
I think the men that I've dealt with, they want to be super strong though. They don't want to. I got it. I'm fine. I'd be like, you get your eye closed. You woofing up and you mean I'm fine. I'd be like, okay, Rock.
I do remember an ex. He had like a big fever. He normally didn't get sick a lot. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, I knew it had to be something. I was like, you don't want to go to the emergency? He was like, no. So, he was in the bedroom, in the bed.
Ain't it funny when we make that voice? No.
Right. He was in the bedroom, in the bed, and I had a cat at this time. Animals.
They know.
They know, and he was spending the time with him in the back, like on the bed next to him, like all day. I'm like,
y'all just gonna leave me? All right. you mad. You come on, your loyalty is to me. Exactly. I wanna pet you.
So like he had a fever. Mm-hmm. And it was increasing. I'm like, look, if it gets to like a certain amount, I'm taking you to emergency. So I did. I heard about somebody saying potato slices is good to put on forehead. It drops off the fever. Because she said that she did that to her son because somebody told her. One of them old wives' tales.
They work.
They work because I had some potatoes. I cut them up, put them on his forehead, and that fever was going down.
Another good thing that works for the fever is papaya juice. A lot of people don't know that. When we were kids, my grandma used to give us papaya juice. And I used to be like, what? But we wouldn't really get cold. So use your cod liver oil, the potato slices. Get you some papaya.
Okay, now. Them old wives' tales works, y'all. Oh, that's too deep of a question. I don't feel like thinking that early. It's early, y'all. That's why we got our
we are not playing, okay?
Can you handle constructive criticism?
Now, yes, but years ago, no. I think that sometimes when people are giving you, I don't think it's really criticism. It's a teaching moment, and the Bible tells you to have a teachable spirit. And so I've always thought about, growing up in church as we have. You gotta just be open because they might tell you something that will absolutely save your life. And you right now you're like, oh, I'm young or whatever, and I don't need to hear that because you don't know. You would be surprised who you could get wisdom from. It could be a homeless person on the street that got more sense than you do at the time. So I just think we should be open to accept information. I don't look at it as constructive criticism. I look at it as information. But I am also not a person that, if you are my friend and you love me, I want you to tell me the truth. And I think nowadays people don't want people to tell them the truth. They just want you to be like, girl, you, yes, it's absolutely all right. And if the situation's not all right, or they're not all right, or something's going on with them, you got to tell them the absolute truth in love.
Yeah. I can handle constructive criticism. Excuse me, I can say it's earlier. When it's from the right people.
In love.
Yeah, in love. It's got to be in love from somebody that I can receive from. And, as being creatives, and I've always been like this. I know a lot of creatives can relate, especially, a lot of us writers, but it's creatives, period. It was still a little bit like, what do you mean I got it right now? What about my story? Like I'm Erica, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my ish, you know what I'm saying? But I do, because I remember a time in high school when my because I was, I've always been a writer since elementary school. And I had a creative writing class in high school, and we had to write a story. And I wrote my story. My favorite, I had my favorite English teacher to review it for me. And she told me they were to tweak and everything. She was like, are you sure? I know how you are about critics. I'm like, oh,
like I said, it has to come from a person that you respect. And as a creative, you just don't share your work with everybody.
No.
You don't just share it with yes men, but you share it with people that you know are good storytellers themselves, that people that will tell you the truth without trying to tear you down. Now you're not going to always like everything that people say. It will sting because the truth, we get sensitive about our stuff. But you just gotta receive the truth. So learn those life lessons, those LLs. They're not life losses, they're life lessons. Get it.
That's right. All right, y'all. So we have a new segment for the 2-4. Remember back in the 90s, like for the 9-1, all that kind of stuff. So for the 2-4, this is called Cam and K's Reviews in Minutes.
Yes.
All right. So we are going to briefly, not a full-fledged, but this is like again, we're going to do our reviews in minutes of the Color Purple 2023 movie. Reimagined movie. Starring Fantasia Barrino, Danielle Brooks, Coleman Domingo, Taraji P. Henson. Her was in it.
A cameo from Whoopi Goldberg.
Yes, and a lot of other folk. So
before we get started, I'm just gonna say this. We know Hollywood, but I am really not not nothing against The Color Purple. I'm tired of remakes. It's like you have all these wonderful stories that are original that you could focus on, and it's like, is it like a money grab or something? Or are you trying to play off of the nostalgia? Like, I could do it bigger, I could do it better. Sometimes some things are just better left alone. It's like I saw a version of the West Side Story, and it was a remake. It was okay, but sometimes it's nothing like the magic of the original, because when you make an original movie, it's like magical because it's something that has never been done. But then when you try to recreate the magic, sometimes there's not any magic.
Yeah. So with The Color Purple, it was more so reimagined. As a lot of people thought it was a remake. That's what people was, and they didn't know it was a musical. It's actually taken from the Broadway play, The Color Purple.
Right.
So it's reimagined in that way, and it said all day like musical in the trailer. So I don't know why people was acting crazy.
Because people don't read. And they don't listen either. I think they were. I think people, when you watch a movie, you're emotionally tied to it, and there's certain things that are in the original Color Purple that we're emotionally tied to that they thought that they were going to get.
That's why it can be risky when you do reimagines or remakes. But so in a few minutes, I enjoyed it. It was entertaining. That's one overall. I thought that the actors acted. I did not cry once, which is unheard of for me because I cry at a lot of things, even
so you weren't emotionally connected to it.
I wasn't emotionally connected. Like I said, they acted well. Danielle did her thing. I knew she was gonna get nominated for her Oscar because it's Danielle Brooks.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
But for me, it was missing feeling. I didn't feel like
I think that sometimes I think one of the magics of making a movie and when you are picking your actors, that sometimes you need to just get some new faces. Sometimes when you try to go with an all-star cast of what you think would mesh together, isn't necessarily the cast that will mesh together.
Like there's such thing as chemistry.
Yeah, it is a total such thing as chemistry. And just because you are a name doesn't mean that you're going to bring the chemistry. I think that, like you were saying, the film was good, but it lacked chemistry. It was like everybody was acting. I did like Fantasia's role. I did feel her, But it's certain things when you sing the previous Color Purple that you were expecting her to do that she did not do because you saw the other one. So you kind of want like, oh, is she gonna do this? And then she didn't. So in some instances, you were kind of like a little disappointed.
I disagree a little bit. I did not feel Fantasia. I didn't think that everything. I didn't think she was 100% believable.
She wasn't
for me.
No, she
like
yeah,
like
everything was downtrodden. She had no other emotion except for that
yeah.
one.
Like again, the reason why I did not want to see it originally because she was in it. I know she really wasn't all of that when I saw her last in that Lifetime, her own Lifetime movie. I was like, oh my god. But I know since then she, gotten some coaching and stuff. So she did way better than I would have expected.
Mm-hmm.
Because one scene in particular, spoiler if you have not seen it yet. One scene in particular, the shaving scene.
Yeah, I was expecting
Whoopi
more.
deserved that Oscar because I believed, and I was young when I saw that movie. And again, and I saw it old, when I got older, I've seen it so many times, I don't even want to see it anymore. But no Color Purple out.
Right.
But we knew she wanted to kill Mister.
It was a build up. I think a lot of this
and that one and what's fantastic. It wasn't. I
think it was the directing as well because the director, you as a director, you direct and you say this is what needs to go on. I just felt like the movie was rushed. Every scene was rushed. There was no anticipation. There was no build up because, like you're saying, in the original with Whoopi, she sat there. You heard the crickets in the background. You saw the music. Yes. It flashed from this scene to that scene to show what was happening when she was coming up to the road, coming down the road. This one, she just sat on the porch. She pulled up and she like stopped. And it was like, right, where's the build up? You didn't show her coming down the road. Some things you just need to leave alone. You should just keep that the way it was.
I know, like I told my mother, my auntie, my mother, my mother liked it, but she knew what I was talking about when I said it was lacking like feeling, an overall feeling of.
But I did like the music though, the way.
Yeah, I like the singing and dancing. Oh, I'm a Broadway bunny. Yeah. So baby, so I love Broadway. So I did love that. I think that saved it for me. I think I love like the musical aspect, the singing and choreographed dancing. I love all of that. Yeah, I even I was going to see if Fantasia's big moment, her song. Again, I didn't cry. I was like, it was good.
I was upset with Taraji. I have always heard that she was like a triple threat, and
yeah, she can sing.
She can sing, but I was not moved by her singing. No pun intended on Taraji, because she's Taraji P. Henson. But like, I was disappointed in the scene in the church. I understand how they didn't want to.
No, they did. Yeah, they didn't want to go. They couldn't.
They couldn't recreate that.
They could not recreate that.
But But then in the same, I was disappointed. But then at the same time, I thought it was a sweet moment because it was just her and her father, and I like the fact that they took that twist to show that she needed to be with her father by herself, because it showed us as an audience and as people, sometimes you don't need to try to talk or reconcile with people in front of other people, because other people interfere. They be in that person's ear. Sometimes you need to get with that person one-on-one so you guys can have your moment to find clarity, because other people in the mix, you kept saying, she kept blocking. Oh, you don't need to talk to him right now. You need to go on. Stay out of people's business. If people want to reconcile with people, let them reconcile, because it's not up to you to try to decide how, why, or if they should. It's none of your business. I don't care how bad the offense may have been against each other. These people need to figure out how to heal, how to love, and how to move on.
Yeah. So, and a lot of people feel, I remember, it's this blog YouTuber that I love, Kempire, and he always reads my comments. Like when he go live, he always read a lot of my comments when I post. And we were talking about Color Purple. He said he hasn't seen it yet because we're talking about when the Oscar nominations went out earlier this week or last week. And he was like, a lot of people saying Fantasia got snubbed. I'm like, no, She didn't get snubbed because to me, I didn't feel like it was an Oscar worthy performance. So to me, she didn't get snubbed. It wasn't an Oscar worthy performance to me. Danielle, yeah, she deserved that.
I love Danielle.
But no, for it just like I said, they all acted well.
But you could feel Danielle when she acts.
Oh yeah,
you can feel.
She's like, come on, she's
she's so authentic.
She's like great.
It's like if she was sitting here right now, she would just be. She's just so authentic. We love you, Danielle. Yeah. It was the scene that I did love was the last scene by the tree. Mm-hmm. It was beautiful. Wherever that location was, that was a beautiful shot. Mm-hmm. But I didn't like how her sister, again, everybody just kept pulling up in the car, popping out the car. You know how they just kept, every time they came, they just pull up to this, like they pull up to the car and be like, we here. I just liked in the original how it was the anticipation. It was an anticipation of the long drive up the road, how Mr. sat on the horse. So cinematic genius, the Color Purple first one.
Steven Spielberg, of course, one of the greats.
Yeah, so it's like the anticipation. Like I said, it just some stuff was just so short. It was just so rushed to me. I just like the build up of it, of the first one. But the scene by the tree was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Nobody ate any food though, but no, I'm just playing because I'm a foodie. But
yeah, so I mean, overall, I gave it a B minus.
I would give it a B.
Okay.
And again, all-star cast. Everybody in the cast was great, but again, I don't think that with all-star cast that everybody always gels. Because when we see,
it's like when you put together great singers and you put them together to sing as an ensemble. Somebody gonna try to sing or whatever. They have to.
Right, like on those award shows when you got Patti LaBelle, Mariah Carey, and Ariana Grande, they be like, oh, you be like, can we get some cohesiveness? This is not a competition. This is a collaboration, a beautiful blending of voices. But we get lost in the names. I just wish that
now Coleman Domingo did his thing too, though. Oh, that's Mr. He's good anyway.
And I like the guy who played Harpo.
Yeah, he's good.
He did
too.
a great job.
Forget his name, and I see him in a couple of things, but he's good too. But
that Dr. Dre. He played.
Yes, that
he played Dr. Dre. Yeah, he played Dr. Dre. But the thing I love behind the scenes that he did, he said, "I will not play this role unless you cast Danielle."
That's what he said.
Yes, he did it. They did an interview. They went to school together at Juilliard, and so when he got the role, he was like, "You need to cast Danielle, or I'll take the role if you cast Danielle." So I say all that to say, don't burn your bridges, people, because you never know who's going to
speak on the Broadway.
Your name.
Yeah, she was on the Broadway.
She was in the Broadway, but he told them he wouldn't play that role unless she was played. What's her name? Sophia. He said he would. So I thought that was cool. So don't burn your bridges, people. Love your people who you're around. No, this is not a crab barrel thing. When we're creatives, stop. Give a hand up. Give a hand up. Give a hand up. Stop being crabs and barrels trying to pull people down, because you don't have to. Because you never know when somebody's going to be in that position to be able to help you or bless your life. And plus, there's room for everybody.
It is.
There's enough money for everybody.
It is.
There's enough fame for everybody.
It is.
There's enough fortune for everybody.
All right, so that is Cam and Kay's movie reviews in minutes. The next one I want to see is I'm probably going to see it tomorrow. American Fiction. I got to see that.
Oh, I want to see that.
And Book of Clarence.
That American Fiction, I am looking forward to seeing that. That's going to be, when I saw the previews, I was like, we'll talk about that later. But
all right.
Thank you guys for joining us here on.
That's not it.
I was rushing. I got a
segment, but just briefly. Oh no. My sister got somewhere to be, but so we just want to just briefly wrap this up. But we just want to briefly come on and just talk about just different things we're expecting for 2024. We had our vision board get together last week.
It was so much fun.
And our other sister friend, and we did our vision board. It was fun.
We had fun. We sipped, we chatted, we nibbled,
Yes.
and we just had a good time connecting.
Yeah, with our vision board. So, what are some things without, 'cause we don't want to tell, our whole vision and stuff like that. But what are some things just overall that you are wanting to accomplish and wanting to do in 2024 now that it's here?
When I look at 2024, I think of 24K. Like 24K is like when you look 24K, like when it comes to gold and different things. I think 2024 is going to be a really spectacular, special year. Some things that I am looking forward to is always personal growth. That's something that I work on daily. Um, Also, just making sure that hmm, my health is in check. I recently, don't want to be a downer, had a girlfriend, she's my age, that I work with. She had a stroke. And it's really hurtful because it's like I just saw her. We just talked. And that's how things always are. So I think this year also, I just want to make sure that I stay connected. We have to stay connected to the people in our lives and talk to them, check on them, make sure that they're good, and make sure that when I have conversations with people, I try to leave things on a positive note and on a loving note. And if I don't, try to circle back and just make sure that we keep these relational connections tight and in a loving space. Another thing I'm working on this year is I don't want to complain. I don't want to complain about anything. I don't want any negativity in my life. And I complain when I drive, and sometimes I complain about myself. So this year in 2024, I am not going to put myself down, because a lot of times we don't do it. I have done it, but I've done it unconsciously. You're like, oh, I need, my hair needs to be different. I need to lose a couple pounds. Need to do this. It's just so much stuff that we do to ourselves. So this year, I'm going to have that 20K love for myself. It's going to be like, go. I have to love me, because if I don't love me, I can't love anybody else. Another thing that I'm doing 20 this year is, or every day of my life moving forward, is making sure I'm on time, making sure that my word is my word, that I do exactly what I say that I'm going to do. If I can't do it, I will try to let people know in a timely fashion, or if I can't do it. But also just pushing myself, pushing through, because sometimes I may not feel like it may not be the right time, but love is sacrifice, and you have to sacrifice in order to get ahead and to move forward in life. So I just want to make sure that I keep my relationships on point, that I am open and honest in my communication, that if I have an issue with someone, I'm going to talk to them and not talk behind their back. Now, it's okay to vent, and you have your friends or people you can talk to about a situation, because sometimes when you're talking, you're thinking things through. You're not talking about that person, you're thinking things through. So just make sure that in your relationships, you talk to someone that is positive, loving, that will listen, shut up and listen, not give advice. Sometimes we just need a sounding board, and counseling is such a beautiful thing. So in 2024, making sure I stay on point, putting God first, making sure I read more books, be present in all my moments, be positive, love, and light wherever I go, and be the solution to the problem and not the problem.
Okay, who else is going to adopt that for 2024? That was
Ooh, I need a drink. That was in my shadow now. That was down in my spirits. It's 2024.
It's 2024. 2024 for me looks like it is real simple. Just what I really want to accomplish is to be, because I already I am accomplishing, my mental health. I regularly talk to my therapist, because that mental health got to be sharp, just like your physical health.
Yeah.
Talk to her about some of everything. Just had a session like last week, and had her cracking up, and she had me cracking up. It was one thing in particular I talked about. She was like, "Girl, I ain't gonna front." She was like, "You have to go to God for that one, because I have nothing for you." She said, "I have something,
and that's
but
powerful.
It's not."
And that's powerful that your counselor will say, "Go to God," because He is the ultimate counselor. Amen.
She was like, "Girl," I was like, "Okay." So about a situation at my job, but yeah. because she felt how I was feeling because she was like, I ain't gonna give you nothing. Just go to God on that one.
Pray, go to Jesus.
So, but in that same vein of wellness and health, I want to tackle that in the area of my finances. I'm going to get with my longtime friend. She's a financial planner advisor, so we have some plans to work on my financials. Okay, because some things I want to accomplish and some things that So that and I have to stop. We talked about this last year with my procrastination, and that's something I'm talking with my therapist about, and she opened up my eyes to some things like why that was an issue. I was like, oh, okay. So stop procrastinating on different things, got different projects that I want to accomplish, and I am in the midst of. So just want to just be present, just in the moment, setting up boundaries in different areas, not letting certain things slide in different relationships and stuff like that. And if if it's an alternative, a negative outcome, so be it. But
remember,
it's about me.
It's for our good. We may not always see why God allows things to happen, but it's for our good because our daddy is always going to take care of us because he see what we can't see.
That's right. So 2024, and especially like here with the podcast, we have ideas, but this year we are going to implement them for real.
Yes. We're gonna stay ready so we don't have to get ready, and we're gonna prepare, and we're not gonna just plan. We're gonna prepare and plan so we can implement them.
So prepare. So get ready to see, maybe like once a month or so. We're gonna have a guest on because we are both filmmakers. So we're gonna have guests on that's in the business too, talking about things and promote things, and if you are wanting to promote something on the show, you can do that. We'll have information on that at a later date. And we
are so excited about 2024.
Great thing.
And we're excited for you for 2024. So as we're having this conversation, pick it. I'm quite sure you're on the same plane as we are. Positive, love, light, that you want to get things done. Don't beat yourself up in 24. Make your mistakes. Do like in the Bible, shake the dust off your feet and move forward. You don't have time to sit in no misery and nothing. It's just time to go, and trust God.
Yeah. Well, what's up?
So thank you for joining us for Clink with Cam and Kay in 2024. Remember, you can go to our email at allthingscamandk@gmail.com and leave us comments. You can also find us on Facebook, and you can leave your comments there, or you can inbox us. We would love to hear from you. So have a great day. Have a great year. We're all in motion moving forward and doing great and positive things.
Bye.
Sip.